In the shlokas covered in the previous video, that is the 53rd video, where we covered 8 to 14 shlokas of chapter 8, Shri Krishna reveals how yogis die consciously by fixing their life breath between the eyebrows and meditating on the Supreme. Next, Lord Krishna begins to explain to Arjuna that state which Vedic scholars declare as imperishable and into which self-controlled sannyasis wish to enter, shutting the senses, directing the prana, that is the life breath, to the head and locking the mind in the heart. He who chants Om, the pranava mantra that expresses Brahman, while leaving the body reaches the supreme destination. To sum up, the first few shlokas of chapter 8 dwelled into the nature of the supreme Brahman and reiterated the importance of remembering God at the time of death. So now let us see what Lord Krishna tells in the next few shlokas. Now shloka 15. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gatah. Paramam samsiddhim gataha mahatmanaha mam upetya. So Mahatmanaha, that is great souls, noble souls, having achieved the Paramam Siddhim, ultimate perfection, mam upetya. So they come to me, they take refuge in me. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam punarjanmam na apnuvanti. So punarjanmam na apnuvanti, which means they do not assume rebirth. What kind of rebirth is this? Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Ashashvatam, it is transitory. And dukkhalayam, it is full of misery. So those who reach me, they do not have rebirth, and therefore they are not subject to the misery and all the sufferings of the rebirth. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna says that those who reach him are not born again. So after reaching him, they don't go through the cycle of birth and death and the resultant misery and suffering. Lord Krishna calls these enlightened beings, that is people who reach this samsiddhim, he calls them mahatmanaha, great noble souls, noble atmas who feel the immense love for Lord Krishna and are inseparable from him. Brahma bhuvanal lokaha punaravartinorjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Arjuna, Brahma bhuvanat lokaha punaha avartinaha. So Arjuna, Brahma bhuvanat, the residence, bhuvanat lokaha, the residents of all the worlds, including Brahma loka, punaha avartinaha, they are all subject to birth and rebirth. Tu kaunteya, but Arjuna, mam upetya punarjanma na vidyate. But by reaching me, mamupetya, by reaching me, punarjanma na vidyate, there is no rebirth. So even after reaching the various lokas, including Brahma loka, where residents may enjoy happiness, they still have to be born again. Thus, it needs to be understood that material pleasure enjoyments are fleeting, they are temporary, and they come to an end. So whether one goes to the most elevated Brahma loka or Patala loka, rebirth is inevitable. On the contrary, one with loving devotion towards Krishna directly reaches the spiritual world by virtue of his blessings and associations with Lord Krishna, and thereafter he is never born again. So Lord Krishna is omniscient, omnipotent, he is the essence of everything in this world, and hence on reaching him one gets liberated. Sahasra yuga paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janah. Brahmanaha yat ahaha. Ahaha is day. So Brahmanaha yat ahaha. So 1 day of Brahma. Sahasra yuga paryantam ratrim yuga sahasrantam viduhu. Viduhu is those who know what? That Sahasra yuga paryantam ratrim yuga sahasrantam viduhu. Those who know that 1 day of Brahma, which is 1 kalpa, it lasts 1000 mahayugas. That is Sahasra yuga parvantam. It lasts 1000 mahayugas. So just as a day lasts 1000 mahayugas, likewise one night also is for that same span of 1000 mahayugas. te janaha ahoratra vidaha. So te janaha, those people who understand Brahma's day, ahoratra vidaha. Ahaha is day and ratri is night. So those wise men who understand Brahma's day, they understand the reality of day and night. So those yogis who understand that Brahma's day and night also lasts for 1000 Mahayugas, they know the reality of day and night. So one day of Brahma is 1000 Mahayugas, and a Mahayuga, that is one Mahayuga, includes 4,32,000 years of Kali Yuga, 8,64,000 years of Dwapara Yuga, 12,96,000 years of Treta Yuga, and 17,28,000 years of Satya Yuga. So one Mahayuga is made up of 43,20,000 years, and Brahma's one day is made up of 1000 such Mahayugas. So one can understand it is 1000 into 43,20,000 years, that is Brahma's one day. So those who understand this time form, they understand time from this perspective, they know the reality of day and night. So Brahma too emanates from the Supreme Being. So what needs to be understood is that all the material worlds, including the Brahmaloka, are temporary. People who reach Brahmaloka also are subject to rebirth. After the tenure, their stay there comes to an end. Avyakta vyaktaya sarvaha prabhavantyah ragame ratriagame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sanyake. Aharagame sarvaha vyaktayah avyaktat prabhavanti. So ahaha we know is day. So agame, ahar agame. So when the day comes, when with the advent of the day, sarvaha vyaktayah avyaktat prabhavanti. Vyaktayah, all the living entities, avyaktat prabhavanti, they all manifest, they are all produced from the unmanifest. So with the advent of the day, all living entities are produced from the unmanifest. Ratragame, with the advent of the night, tatra avyakta sanyake eva praliyante. So with the dawn of the night, when the night begins, tatra avyakte, they disappear once again, they merge into the unmanifest. Praliyante, they merge into the unmanifest. So Lord Krishna is reiterating through these shlokas that all living entities, whether from the highest material planet, that is Maharaloka or Brahmaloka, or the lowest heavenly planet, are all subject to rebirth. So all the creations, the earth, the solar system, are all created and they all get absorbed back into the unmanifest, that is avyakta. At the commencement of Brahma's day, all living beings come into existence from the unmanifest, and when Brahma's night begins, all creation merges into Brahma's unmanifest. Bhutagrama evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratriagame vashah partha prabhavat yaharagame. Partha sahayeva ayam bhutagramaha bhutva bhutva avashah. So Partha, O Arjuna, sahayeva ayam, these infinite living entities that were referred to in the previous shloka, only these living entities, sahayeva ayam bhutagramaha bhutva bhutva avashah. So these living entities only repeatedly take birth and die. That is, they are caught in the cycle. Only the same living beings are born again and again. And avashaha without any control, involuntarily they are born again and again. Ratri agame praliyate aharagame prabhavati. Ratri agame, when the night comes, when Brahma's night comes, they get absorbed into the unmanifest. Aharagame prabhavati. Again when the next morning comes, when the next morning arrives, then again they are born. So the same living entities only are born and they die again and again. So in the 17th shloka we understood the length of Brahma's day, which is made up of 4,320,000,000 years, and an equal duration is Brahma's night. So when Brahma's day dawns, all living beings and entities in the various lokas of material existence emanate from the avyakta, that is Brahma's unmanifest. And when Brahma's night comes, all are reabsorbed. into the same unmanifest. They merge into the same unmanifest. That is, they merge into Brahma's subtle body. So all living beings, living entities that existed in the previous day, only they are manifested again, and they take living forms such as demigods, humans, animals, bird, fish, etc. So the stringent law of karma operates. Based on the previous karma only, jivas are born. So 1 year of Brahma equals 26 trillion years. When Brahma's tenure, which equals 100 such years, ends, all systems of material worlds in operation, including Brahmaloka itself, comes to an end, and they dissolve into the infinite. The Subala Upanishad states that the earth dissolves into water, water devolves into fire, and fire into air, air into ether, and so forth, and the cosmos devolves into the avyakta, which is the unmanifest, and the avyakta into aksharam, which is the indestructible, and the indestructible, that is aksharam, into tamas, that is darkness, and tamas into Lord Krishna. So it must be understood that except for Lord Krishna, all living entities and material worlds are subject to creation and dissolution periodically.
परस्तास्मात्तु भावोऽन्यो व्यक्तो व्यक्तात् सनातनः यः स सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति.
Tu tasmat avyaktat paraha. Tu, but tasmat avyaktat paraha. Beyond this avyaktat, that is, avyakta is unmanifest. In the previous shlokas, one avyakta was described, which is Brahma's unmanifest. So, tasmat avyaktat paraha, there is one another manifest, which is different, which is beyond Brahma's manifest. Anyaha yaha sanatanaha, this manifest, which is unmanifest, which is different. Yaha sanatanaha, this is very ancient, it is beginningless. Avyaktaha, it is unmanifest. This bhavaha saha sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. So this other external unmanifest, which is the superior being, even while others get destroyed, it never gets destroyed. So it is never destroyed even when all living beings perish. So in the earlier shlokas, Lord Krishna explained the impermanence of all the material worlds. In this verse, he explains about another spiritual world, which is eternal, which is of a superior nature, which is different from that of Brahma's unmanifested. The word, Lord Krishna uses the word paraha tasmat, which means it is beyond. It is of a superior nature as compared to that of Brahma's unmanifest. Lord Krishna's state is superior because he is distinct and separate from Brahma's unmanifested. The superior unmanifest emanating from Lord Krishna is not subject to destruction, even while all other living entities, all the material worlds perish.
अव्यक्तोऽक्षर इत्युक्तः तमाहु परमां गतिं यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम.
Avyaktaha aksharaha iti uktaha tam. So tam here refers to the unmanifest of Lord Krishna. So tam, that unmanifest, this unmanifest, uktaha is described, is referred to as avyaktaha aksharaha. Avyaktaha unmanifest, it is referred to as unmanifest, and aksharaha imperishable. Tam gatim ahuhu. So this is stated as this unmanifest is stated as a supreme goal. Yam prapya na nivartante tat mama paramam dama. So Lord Krishna is telling, yam prapya na nivartante, reaching which one never returns to material existence. Tam mama paramam dama, that is my supreme abode. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna explains how avyakta or unmanifest, his own avyakta or unmanifest, is different from the Brahma's manifest. Brahma's manifest operates according to a system. That is, when the day starts, all creation begins, and when the night begins, everything gets absorbed. And there is a system in which it operates. There are set parameters based on which it operates. The avyakta, the unmanifest, and the akshara, that is, akshara is that which is imperishable. that of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Here, Lord Krishna himself is the ultimate destination. He is the Paramam Gatim. And after reaching the Supreme Lord's abode, his Paramam Dhamam, one never returns to the material existence. So, Lord Krishna's abode is eternal, as it is reached upon self-realization after knowing the Atma Tattva. Lord Krishna's avyakta, unmanifest, is unique because it is based on the principle of self-consciousness. It is not subject to the cycle of creation and destruction or dissolution as in the case of the unmanifest of Brahma. That is why the unmanifest avyakta of the Supreme Lord is aksharaha, it is indestructible, sanatanaha, it is eternal. So Lord Krishna controls the other avyakta, Brahma's avyakta also, where resides prakriti, that is nature, and where dwell the living entities who are perishable. So it's time to summarize what we covered in the 54th video. The video where we have covered, this video where we have covered 15 to 21 shlokas of chapter 7. So as individuals, we all get active during day and become dormant at night. Likewise, a cosmic cycle goes through the cycle of manifestation when Brahma's day dawns, and it gets absorbed into the unmanifest when Brahma's night begins. Brahma's day lasts for 4.32 billion earthly years, and night too is of the same duration. Lord Krishna, the Supreme God's unmanifest, differs from that of Brahma's unmanifest. The Lord Krishna's unmanifest does not perish even while other material worlds perish. The supreme destination of Lord Krishna's abode, reaching which there is no return. So that is why it is different from that of Brahma's unmanifest. Thank you.